Hello, welcome to the LEGO Aquamarine class assault ship. LEGO set number 75404 has a piece count of $450. And today we're going to look at this to review it, to see if it's worth it, and to see if it has playability and good quality for it. And we're going to rate the whole thing at 0 to 100. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so what we have here is the Aquamarine ship and the stand itself. With the stand, it's always been the same for the last few years, no difference or anything to it. With the stands, there's not much to say because it's the same. You have your little plaque, printed plaque to say it's a Aquamarine class assault ship. And you have these tile pieces basically. Basically, you have these gray tile pieces too, so you can add figures if you want to it. That's the only thing for the stand I wish it would have is like figures. So what you can do is basically take these two off and you can put them in front of the plaque here. You can add them to the plaque and then you can get your figures here, which is the official Lego, which is in a battle pack. You can add them to the stand to make it look good. It looks better with the figures with it. I wish the ship will come with figures, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So, it's the stand is still the same, nothing different. So let's go ahead and move on to the main part of the build, which is the ship. So there's a few ways you could display the ships. There's this way, which is a sideway view, which it is a pretty good way to display it. Or there's a second way of doing it, and that is a simple way. When you look at it sideways, you're only basically getting like one side of the ship, but they're both parallel to each other, so it's fine either way. In my opinion, I like them both. Now, some people, not some, a lot of people basically is okay with this build because it looks small. Because it is a small build, some people don't think it's worth the money, and I'll show the cost later on too. Um, for me personally, I like this type, but you can also compare it with another ship, which I'll show you in a second. So we'll basically look at side by side, but the next thing we're going to do is the printed pieces, which there's only 4 in total, which is these two pieces. We have the symbol of the Republic, then we also have the lines, which it is inaccurate just by one, but it's okay because there's not enough space to put another. You could say they could put on top of right here, but it's just going to get covered up. There is an Easter egg, which I'll show you. The engine, it's very stable and it's not like slacking or anything. Very good technique, different types, which is very good. The bridge, everything looks amazing from the ship point of view. Now we'll go ahead and move on with Easter inside the ship. Alright, from this angle, there's the hangar bay, which is both sides parallel to the other. The hangar bay right here basically has, you see some white studs. There's basically 8 in total because you have 2 here, 2 here is a 4, and then the other 4 is on the other side. So that represents a white is basically a clone trooper, a regular white clone trooper in the hangar. That's the only playable part in this whole, well, a good Easter egg, and the only function is basically the hangers, which is both sides. So the only side effect about this, I would say, there is one piece that is loose, but only I highly doubt people will really do much. But it's this one piece, basically. So you basically it's easy to come off. It's just basically two studs. Now, I don't think that's really much an issue. Is people are just going to use this as a display, or for my vision, a mock build or a stop motion, which is great. So we'll move on to the last review, quick portion, and then we'll do a side by side comparison. Okay, so what I think about this whole set, I basically give it a 10 out of 10. The reason why a 10 out of 10 is basically the clear fact that this is more for a display ship. Function wise, it only has one function. Do I prefer there's at least one fig? Yes, to justify the numbers. Do I think it's small? A bit small, but everybody has different opinions on the ship. I personally think it's a great display ships. You could use it for mocks. You can use it for stop motion, which I'll probably do a quick stop motion for this. I personally think this is a 10 out of 10. Basically with the ship. Now, if it needs a fig, I'll basically say it's a 9 out of 10 because it will need a fig. I would say at least a sergeant or a lieutenant or a captain like this one will come with it. Something to justify the numbers of the set. But yeah, this is a great set. I would say it's a good one to pick up. And now we're going to do the final part of this review is a side-by-side comparison with another set. Okay, so we're going to start with the Akamar Assault Ship. Basically, is worth $50 for the price range, and the Invisible Hand here is worth $50. You could say they're both small in a way, but personally for me, with the size and everything, they're very close to each other by a few studs, basically. And for me personally, I like the Acclimator and Invisible Hand. Yes, Invisible Hand has a little bit more function, just a bit, than the Acclimator. They both didn't come with figs, but for me, I would say they're both good for their price. Just wish they had minifigures. They're both great ships. It's just the Acclimator looks smaller, which a lot of people agree. But you could also accommodate the more studs into it if you want. Now we're going on to the last thing before we end this video. So what I think about the Akamar assault ship, I think it's basically with, if it was with a fig, then it's a 10 out of 10, but because it doesn't have a fig, I say it's a 9 out of 10. For the size, yes, I mean, hey, it's what we get. A lot of people were disappointed that we didn't get a Venator, which I can kind of see. But I'll do my speculations in another video. So, the whole set is basically 9 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I'll be doing another video of more Lego sets, so hopefully you guys will see those out pretty soon. Make sure you have a wonderful day, and have a good day.